and it has a lot to do with the old Ensenada, Santa Barbara style, old La Jolla, which has a very strong Spanish influence. I also like contemporary things. I like them slightly contemporary.
Sinatra too, with images of Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe.
We love all kinds of celebrities. In that way, we're very old school. In all our properties, we have lofts and suites with names of Frank Sinatra, Sophia Loren, James Dean, Marilyn Monroe. Of wineries, we have Dom Perignon, Moet Chandon, Bubec Licot, and the wineries from Mexico. And we also have others that are of famous artists, plastic painters, and like Picasso, Van Gogh, and each suite or loft comes with the art and the concept of each artist.
I saw your hotel in Tijuana, one of your 7 hotels, and I love your new suite, the tower suites that you have there. Very beautiful. I was given a tour of the suites on the 7th floor, and that's where I saw Frank Sinatra.
Yes. It's a long story. My dad was a real fan of Frank Sinatra. They were exactly the same age. And, I was born in a home listening to Frank Sinatra music. And we used to travel to LA a lot. Basically, every other weekend we'll be in Beverly Hills, with the family, and my dad going to the racetrack, and at night going to Chasen's and going to Perino's and going to Jimmy's, all these old restaurants in the West LA area. I remember spending a lot of time with Mr. Courtright, Hernando Courtright, who used to own the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. And he had the bar El Padrino and the restaurant, and then he sold to another group and then started being managed by Regent Hotel and today's the Four Seasons. So we also have a lot of ties to the LA area. As a matter of fact, my daughter is staying at the Peninsula right now in LA. She's buying her wedding gown. She's getting married next week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So there's a lot that we've gathered with time, and this is the product, of years of traveling, experience, serving, and like I told you, we don't sell rooms, we sell experiences.
That's kind of like what Steve Wynn does in Las Vegas. He sells experiences. Let us talk about, can I have that CD there? The CD? Thank you. We're in peace. We're in harmony here in Ensenada. And it is a very safe place. And I'm, of course, with Hector Kabande, the owner of 7 hotels. This is Torre Lucerna Hotel, if you will. And I always believe in peace. And peace for me is my relationship with the Creator, God. And when I speak around the country, I talk about, in order to have peace, you have to have peace within yourself. And when you have peace within yourself, you also need to do some other things. And that's exercise, meditation through God, yoga, nature walks. It would seem to me that here in Ensenada, the pace is so much slower. People are so much more relaxed. Where in Los Angeles and other places in the United States and New York, people are after that buck. And that buck becomes their god, their idol, as opposed to a balanced situation where you can enjoy life, be kind to each other, have compassion with each other, which is what the world needs. And so we have a documentary that I produced with Alex Hazen, my dear friend of 13 years, and I'm going to give you this documentary, and you're going to be amazed at the music. It was produced in Carnegie Hall, and then we added video to it to really educate our children and implement it in the educational system so that young people coming up, our next generation, will understand more about peace and harmony, which is so needed in the world today. And this is for you.
Thank you so much. That's very kind. I appreciate that. It's true. People are on the run. I have a son who lives in Hong Kong. He works for Ritz-Carlton. And the pace is amazing. I have 2 sons who live in New York City. they work and study, and the lifestyle is quite different. That's why I'm building myself and my brother. We're building 2 penthouses on top of this building.
I saw that.
Okay, to come and slow down and read, write, and spend time with friends and family. And you will always be welcome.
Thank you so much.
To enjoy it.
So as we leave on this particular broadcast, for the people out there that are watching, I say that from your point of view, to give people hope, because a lot of our young people don't feel like they have any hope anymore. They feel there's no hope. And what do you say to those young people that don't feel like there's any hope for them?
That's it's a controversial question, because I have young sons, and I believe that hope has to do with the difference between being spiritual and being religious. And I'm gonna tell you something that might sound a little funny, but I believe that people that are religious are people that don't want to go to hell. And I believe that people that are spiritual, I am spiritual, we are the ones who've been in hell and we don't want to go back. So, young people today, they've seen a lot. We've had 3 different wars, big wars, in the last 20 years. There are new walls coming up in the world. There's another Cold War getting started. I grew up when the 10th was happening, and then I started living differently when the States and Russia got made an agreement. The wall in Berlin was torn down.
Absolutely, Reagan had them tear it down.
Yeah, and so I think we're responsible for much of the lack of hope, but everything starts in the family.
Family values. Family values.
Everything starts in the family. You give your kids hope. Being a role model. Getting out and working and creating jobs for others, and understanding that every risk you take, it's a risk. It might turn out to be great. It might not turn out to be not that great, but it doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is how many times you stand up. And that's what starts giving kids hope. They get fired from a job, then they get offered another one, or they get involved in drugs, and they get out of them, and it's a different world. We grew up with no cell phones. We grew up with no internet. When I was born, there wasn't even a computer. So we have to understand what they're going through, what they're living. Anything that we talk today, it's spread throughout the world in less than 3 minutes. So, I'm going to change a little bit. I hope that all of my associates, as well as my partner, who's my brother, we can understand that today's traveler doesn't complain anymore with the general manager of a hotel. They complain online, TripAdvisor, through Instagram, so they can either make it or break it. So it's a new it's a new rule in the industry. But going back to the hope, I think everything starts with the family, and it's you put a seed in the soil, and you take care of it, and you water it, and like I take care of my orchids at home. I put a piece of ice on each orchid only once a week, and I take care of them, and you do have to do the same thing with your kids, and with your employees, and with your friends, and with the needy. you know, you have to learn to share, you know, and you know, we do a lot of charity because we enjoy it, because we inherit it from our parents and grandparents, you know. And you know, when you go and see people that are in a much worse situation than you, that gives you a lot of hope.
And so as we leave on the broadcast, I'd be remiss if I didn't let you know, vacation with your significant other, your wife, your family, in beautiful Ensenada upon the ocean here at Lucerna. And that's Torre Lucerna, right on the ocean. And there's a website and, of course, a phone number. We'll give the website.
It's www.hoteleslucerna.com. Hoteles Lucerna is LUCERNA.com.
Once again, keep your visions positive. Keep positive people around you. Enjoy life. I'm Pete Allman, and
I'm Hector Kabande. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much.